the Ravenside retail parks. You've got a lane out, that's what's causing the really big queue. M5 on the northbound side, accident 30 to 29. We've still got a lane out towards Honiton and Exeter. And then the A30 itself, because the earlier broken down lorry eastbound, we've got some queues going through, but you can get through. That's the good news. I'll be back with you with more in 30 minutes.
On my story now, my tiny, tiny cheese grater.
You're right, I was wrong. It is a cheese grater.
It's a
That's
cheese
not
grater.
a nutmeg grater.
But you're not going to grate anything with that, are you? Birthday game coming soon. This is Orville Peck.
Still can't work this fucking thing out on YouTube, mate. Where is the chat? Pick up the chat. Ooh, 7 in, I can't see no chat. What's happening? Where is it? Here we go. All messages. Boom. Slim, yes, I'm not on my own. Big up the Slim Reaper, Mr. England, Bobcat. There's a big smile for you. Know when I smile, looks like I've got like a brown thing in my teeth, doesn't it? It's not, it's just that gap look. I haven't got a brown mark right in the middle of my teeth. Man, they've took my, have you seen that thing now at the airport? When you land at the airport, now they take your suntan off you. Just as you're picking your bags up. You walk through the nothing to declare, they take your suntan goes. And it's like you haven't been away, you know what I mean? I don't even look dirty. Randy. What's happening, Randy? Top shagger there. Who's a poo stain? Poo stain. About the loop, me like. I'm out the loop. 10 days. 10 days in Ibiza. I haven't got a clue what's going on. I know Jim's fell out with someone. It looks like Jim's threw the white flag out there, like, doesn't he? Anyone else think that? This is just what I'm seeing anyway. Yes, this 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon I landed Quaver back in Newcastle. That was a shock. Saying that, it's not cold. It wasn't freezing, But I remember getting on the air, walking on the tarmac in Ibiza, getting on the airplane. That was the hottest it had been the whole time we were there, to be honest. I think where we were in this Escana, right, if you look at a map of Ibiza, and it's a lot bigger than, somebody told me it was only 8 mile long, yeah. No way Ibiza is 8 mile long. Man, the runway, if you think about it, a runway's got to be about 1 mile long, hasn't it? It's huge. Ibiza's huge. Swing from the chandelier. Yeah, so it's a lot bigger than 8 mile. And people saying, oh, you can get on and get one of them lecky scooters and go around the whole island in half an hour. No chance. Not a chance. But where we were, that's what I was saying, where we were, we kept looking at the temperatures on the morning, like on Google, and it would say 10 hours of sun, factor number 9, which means you're going to burn to death. And it kept saying like it was 23, 24, but it was way hotter than that. But one day we went to Ibiza town on the ferry. As soon as we got there was only me and my son walking about with no tops on, like through the town and that. Everyone had clothes on and stuff. And outside the chemists, you know, they have the big green crosses, like, and then they'll tell you what temperature it is. And it was, I think it was 30. But I have a feeling that where we were on that island, it was sort of sheltered, and it was a good 5 degrees difference from when you go into the town. Deco, what's happening, mate? Long time no see. There's a few people doing mixes now in the Deco. You got DJ Steve McGeary on the Scouse Wheels of Steel doing his bit, wasn't he, last night? You've got Deco himself, you know, the OG, and you've got Masters. They're all trying to do a bit, haven't you? And then you've got Jockney Sparrow as well, doing a bit. Yeah, it's always it's a different type of heat, though, isn't it? You know, 30 degrees in Ibiza isn't like a 30 degrees in Middlesbrough, you know. I haven't even got any white patches, really. You know, the white patches, what the women get, where they've had the thongs on. I mean, I had my thong on and that, like, but I had my shorts over my thong. Ella, you'll have a white thong patch, won't you? Ella will have, like, can you imagine him on the first day laid on his front by the pool and his mates have drawn a big dick on his back? No, big dick, like, with sun cream, and he's the type, and he wakes up and he's got a big dick on his back for the rest of his old days, like, or on his forehead or something. Got a bit of shoplifting action going on now in front of me. So I'm parked up in this town called Hartlepool, yeah. Not monkey hangers, they are from Hartlepool, monkey hangers, yeah. But I'm not going to lie, this pub's called the Three Brass Monkeys, and I'm parked out the back of it waiting for my son, yeah. He's not in the pub, but he's had to go to some meeting. So I'm just killing an hour here, but this is the back door of the Three Brass Monkeys pub. And we've got a bit of shoplifting action going on there. There's a bag for life involved. She's gone walking off now. I don't know if she's managed to sell. I think it was cat food or dog food, you know. I don't think it was stole to order, that one. $221 square mile. Thank you, Randy. That's what we like to see. Google's a great thing. Although Randy probably knew that off the top of his head. Let's not forget, he doesn't mention it very often, but Randy is right up there with the quizzes, isn't he? Quiz genius. You know, he's like, he could be on the chase, couldn't he? If Randy was one of the chasers, yeah, which one? He'd have to be that bloke with the cowboy thing, wouldn't he? With the curly perm and that. Mullety perm. He's not very good, like. It happened and I'm head over heels. Head over heels. Caught a bit of Monk this morning. Monk's was on one a little bit this morning there, saying he doesn't give a fuck. Fuck you, YouTube. I'll have whoever I want on. Can't keep everyone happy, monster, can you, mate? Just get the slap head out. Slap my forehead there, all this dry skin coming off. What I think I need. Not many people talking, like, is there? Swear by this cream, like, what? I'll put this cream on, you won't recognise us. I'll look like Danny G. I'm not gonna lie, one night when I was on holiday towards the end, anyone who's seen any of them lives, seen the beard that I had, yeah? It's obviously in the sun. You know, any growth, it's gonna go white. Now to do with my age, you know, like, just purely sun. Anyway, so I just got off the phone, video call to Louise, and you know when you're trying to hang up and you just get a big vision of yourself, yeah? Oh my God. Steve Farthing vibes. Shit Pit Steve vibes. Like, I thought, oh my God, I look like Shit Pit Steve. To which, like, I texted Louise and she said, no, believe me, if you look like Shit Pit Steve, mate, you would be off. Sorry, I'm missing a load of these fucking texts. I'm having to keep refreshing it. Randy would be the Dark Destroyer. I thought I wasn't talking to himself. Robert, what's happening, bro? Kung Fu Kev. Louise thinks she's great, like. You caught me in a good mood there, like. Louise thinks Kung Fu Kev's brilliant, like, but... I'll pin that message. I'm sure the sunbed just got new tubes in as well, like, so they'll be absolutely brutal, man. Oh, Randy's one of them. He doesn't like the sun too much.
Brandon's been on saying great to be with you. Any new German towns for us to learn today? Not today, Brandon. We're still getting over.
No, it's not, is it? It's not a good look, that, like.
Louis in the support truck.
What's happening anyway, Mr. England? Who's enemy number one this week? Has there been a change at the top, or who are we all talking about this week, or today even? If you ought to name somebody today who's making the headlines, who would it be?
And also Saskia and Duffy, they're at work sorting out all their boss's paperwork, which is very untidy. It's taken a while.
Patrick Ward, big up yourself, Patrick. Hope you're good, mate. Bit early to see Patrick in, like, innit? He doesn't normally get up till about 8 o'clock on the night. Do they still do them siesta things in Spain? You know where they go and have a kip on the afternoon, don't they? Phil's in the house, big up the Phil Graham. Joanne's in the house, no relation there. Phil and Joanne, no relation at all there, guys. I know that's you in the middle there, isn't it, Joe? Joe's stuck in the middle with that one. Stuck in the middle with you. Slim, I'm hoping. I've just got to poke the bear a little bit at work. I'm leaving it late, like, but I should be off till next Tuesday, hopefully. If not, I'll have to do one day on Friday, which is a bit of a bummer, but I think I'll be able to get out of it. You're up early every morning because you haven't been to bed, Patrick? No, that's what we like, Patrick, man. Random, you know. I've done that many live streams now at all hours of the day and night, and you'll be surprised who's about. Some of my best lives I used to do like 3 o'clock in the morning in the car park at work. And the people who were actually up at that time, you get a good little bunch in, you know what I mean? That's it, that tarmac, and it's a day job, that, isn't it? I seen a video, I think my son showed me his video on holiday off YouTube, where I think some travellers had done a load of work in some woman's back garden, had put the fence up and patio, and she hadn't paid. Basically, they just went in and just smashed it all to bits. Police were there and everything, but because she hadn't paid, they just took it all down. I'm not going to lie, the fence, he took a big like sledgehammer to this fence, and it was taking a few goes for it to come down. Like, I was surprised how well it was put up. No, that wasn't going to come down in a gale or anything like that. Like,
This is Tuesday's birthday game on Radio 2. Victoria, hi.
Hi, Scott.
How's your birthday going?
Very good, very good. Busy.
if you can be asked as well, hit the likes,
I know
because I did this live on holiday. There are 2.2 thousand views from the hippie market that day, yeah. And that's the biggest video I've ever had, 2.2 thousand views, yeah. And something like 12 likes, mate. 12 fucking likes. Piglet in the house, Tottenham Piglet. 2/3, that better be weed. They'll show me a list of jobs. Oh, mate. You know what I was doing this time last year? This time last year, I was probably in the, painting that wall. When I did that live stream that was like up for the live stream of the year. Painting a wall, I managed to drag 3 days out of that. Hi, North Korea. I'm not saying that one because I have seen you in other chats, and I not fall for that one. But a couple of my mates did, mate, so respect there to the Ice. We'll call him Ice.
Paul McCartney, former Beatle, just announced his first UK tour since 2018. Paul McCartney is 82. Richard Madden, Scottish actor, best known as The Bodyguard.
That's the one, Liam, you know it.
She's in the piano room on Thursday.
You just don't get content like that anymore, do you, Liam? Literally watching paint dry, mate.
Dealer is 83. And next, the bit that you're looking forward to the most. We're going to spin 3 times, potentially next, Victoria.
Medical weed. I don't know, like, it seems to me what I'm thinking about this medical weed is anyone could apply for it type of thing, can't they? It's like the question that I asked last week, and it was a good question, right? How will there ever be a day where you could happily walk down any road with a joint of weed and not get looked at funny? Or I can't see it. We've come on a long way in the last 5 years. Like, I mean, you can get it on prescription now, you know what I mean? I still, Slim, I honestly would not know how it would even turn up. Does it turn up in like a tenner bag or whatever, like with them little bags, or is it in a pot, or does it smell? They're growing it, aren't they? Growing it over here somewhere, aren't they? I bet there's some dodgy goings on in them farms, what the government are running, or whoever it is that are running it. Bet there's some check your pockets on the way out type of shit going on there, like. It's like having a mate who works. I had a friend who worked in the Viagra, where they made Viagra here. He had fucking thousands of Viagra, mate. Fucking thousands, man. I think you sell them about, this was years ago, this as well, 50 pence a pop, which is not bad, you know. 50 pence. Best 50 pence you'll ever spend, that, like, when you get to my age, let me tell you. Is the football warmed up yet then, anyone? Slim, has the footy warmed up yet for you? Shows you though, doesn't it? So you've got Germany, Scotland, everyone expected Germany to win, yeah, but they're the hosts as well, so it was no surprise when they knocked 5 past Scotland, was it? Scotland got an own goal, let's face it, an own goal, yeah. They got played off the park, which is what you expect from one of the favourites. Then you've got, who was it? Someone else scored 3 or 4, didn't they? Another team, all the big names have all brushed aside, haven't they? But England, they tend to be slow starters, don't they? I'm sure that was only the second time we've won our opening game in the last 10 Euros or something. We're always slow starters, like. But some big players like Foden never really got a touch, did he? Kane didn't get much.
How are you celebrating your big day, Victoria?
I think. Oh, before I forget, Slim, as well, just for anyone who's been following, you know I know a little bit about the golf and that, and we are 100% getting on the golf course in the next few weeks. Whether I can do with Danny G and get Louise to come round with us and videos, I doubt it. It might be a tripod thing. Unless it's sunny, or unless I can get the daughter to do it, we never know. But my little tip, Tony Finau, yeah? Or people are taking the piss. My mate Nostog said Tony Finau smokes length, yeah, which I don't know if he does. But he's a hell of a golfer, yeah? Since I mentioned him 6 weeks ago, he's had 5 or 6 tournaments, he's finished in the top 5 in half of them, in the top 10 in the other half, right? Oh, nice one, Vander. Cheers, Vander. Respect for that, my mate. Old school Vander there. But yeah, so it was the US Open last week, another major. Tied 3rd. He was only 2 shots off winning it. Told you, but my bet was back in for the British Open, which doesn't start for another month. But he flies absolutely, he is knocking on the door. If ever somebody's going to win, it's him. Get on him, next competition. But I can guarantee you, if you'd have backed him for the British Open 6 weeks ago, you'd have probably got about 60 to 1. Now, because he's playing well, the bookies aren't daft, it'll probably be about 20 to 1, but if you've got the money, stick a 10 or 20 quid each way. Mr. Patel, very, very good, very, very nice. Had a very nice sheet. Yeah, Dave. No, got no white patches though. You know, like when you go out in your thong and you have a little white patch. That PGA, you know, the Saudis have been moving in on the PGA tour, trying to create their own tour, right? And there's a documentary on Netflix, right, called, I'm not sure what it's called, but it shows you what they're doing. So the PGA, you've got players like Ian Poulter. Ian Poulter was a classic example, right? His best days are gone now. He's probably, I can't see him winning on the PGA Tour anymore. But the Saudis have started this new tour up, LIV I think it's called, LIV Tour. Now, the PGA threatened that any player who's played in any tournaments on the PGA Tour moves over to this other tour and plays just one tournament for the Saudis. They're not welcome back on the PGA Tour. So what you've got is a handful of greedy golfers are getting paid ridiculous millions and millions of pounds just to turn up at competitions, not even win. And they're just doing it with the money. And there's a few of them gone over there. Phil Mickelson, Dustin Johnson, Ian Poulter, Shane Lowry. There's a few of them who've gone over, and you can't blame them. It's basically like our 30-something footballers whose Premiership careers nearly over, going over to Saudi and getting paid millions of pounds at the twilight of the career. Yeah, Phil. Well, the bloke behind it all, Slim, is Greg Norman. But back in the day, Greg Norman was the biggest golfer in the world, you know what I mean? The White Shark. Now he's the spokesperson for Saudi. So they've got a big name straight away, you know, straight away. And the money is endless. For instance, Ian Poulter had this decision to make. Yeah, he isn't playing well in the PGA Tour. He's not likely. He's going to struggle to make any cuts, like in America or whatever. So this weekend there was a LIV tour, and it was literally 5 miles away from his home in England, right? His mansion in England. There was a competition that the Saudis were arranging. And there was a competition in America where he would have to pay his own, get there on his private jet, all that cost, hotels. Then if he doesn't play well, doesn't make the cut, he's not getting paid. So if he was sticking loyal to PGA, that's what he would have done. But he had this invite to this tournament 5 miles from his home house in England, where he'd have a chance to win. And they were paying him £5 million just to turn up. Like, what would you do? What would you do? I mean, Tiger Woods was playing in the US Open. They didn't even make the cut. I think he was 7 over after 2 rounds, and he didn't even. I don't even think I seen a shot. Swear, honestly, Dave, go and check it out, Dave. The LIV tour. LIV tour. Phil Mickelson's took something like 200 million pound. They're just trying to build the name up, Dave, and they're trying to sign as many golfers so they're there week in, week out when they're at every event. You know what I mean? Yeah, the winner of I think the US Open last week, Bryson DeChambeau, I think he got £3.5 million. £3.5 million for winning it. But these ex-big names like your Ian Poulters and that, they're paying them just to turn up. It's fucking ridiculous, man. Just go and watch that documentary, you'll see what I mean. They've all got private jets and that. Playing tournaments all over the world. They're finishing on if they make the cut, they're finishing on a Sunday tea time, and then they're off to the private jet to anywhere they want. On to the next tournament. But even Rory McIlroy's playing well, you know what I mean? He was leading that tournament for a long time, like at the weekend. Kevin De Bruyne off. No, Dave, hopefully I got back from Ibiza yesterday, mate. Hopefully I'm a man of leisure for another week, I hope. If not, and work are twats, I have to go in on Friday for 12 hours, one shift. Another documentary you've got to watch is the Tiger Woods story on Netflix. I think it's 3 or 4 episodes, right from day one. When he was born, how his dad forced him into golf, how he lost all his friends. It goes through everything, and obviously him turning out to be a sex maniac, wasn't he? Couldn't write it, could you? Couldn't write it, man. He had like a woman in every single city he went to, man. And he was just playing them all. I love you, promising them everything. It all started off with that. We all remember that crash he had on his gated community where he lived with his wife, his beautiful Swedish wife and kids. And then the story breaks, like he's had a crash, he's crashed his car. He's crashed his car into a tree outside his mansion, you know what I mean? Randy used to go to Amsterdam as a kid, you know, in his old days. His dad used to take him to Amsterdam down the red light district, which is partly to blame for the way he's turned out now, you know what I mean? It's all about the upbringing, innit? Rachel, what's happening, Rachel? How are you doing? I still don't know which Rachel it is. I'm assuming it's not Axel and Rachel. Big shout out to Louise, who's grafting hard today. If she's listening, she will be grafting hard, or probably messing about. You're always messing about, but if you're all listening at work, respect. See your mate, Howler, your mate Jim Smith's been in the headlines, hasn't he? I couldn't believe it when he started. All I seen the other day was Incog outside fucking Morrison's in Bathgate. I was like, oh, what have you done now, Jim? You know what I mean? Jim's in it for a laugh, man. He's in it for a laugh. He does take it a bit too far, like when he gets to be in his bonnet, but he never what he's. You don't want no doorstepping in that. I even seen Gav B as well. Where are you, Gav? Seen you arguing with Anton last night as well, mate. There's no point in that, like. You've got now to prove, man. Yeah, Rob, when Randy was growing up, I don't know if you know Randy, but you know, we all had like little toys and that, all Randy's toys and stuff all had a little red light on them, you know what I mean? He just thought it was normal. Like in his house, everything's red, you know, like ambient. The swan who didn't buckle under pressure from the government. What the fuck? Just been to Tesco's. I was in Tesco's this morning. I'd done a full shop. I'd done a Tuesday big shop. Tuesday big shop. Can you feel it? Tuesday big shop. Oh, about the jabby jabby. Let's get the jabby jabby, man. Look at me, I'm alright. I've had 3 of them. I haven't started growing 3. Like my fringe has got a bit worse. I think that's all though. I haven't like grew any extra toes or anything like that, or JMU's in the house. Pick up the JMU What is happening, brother? Who's floating your boat on here at the minute? Man up. Who are we laughing at the minute? Or who are we laughing with? Laughing at? Who are we hating? So I've got a joke for you. Got a quick joke for you, JMU. So I was stood in this nightclub. Stood this nightclub years ago, right? I was talking to this lass, and I said to her, "You better move out the way, because a car's going to come flying through that wall and knock you over if you don't move out the way." She said, "Really?" I said, "Yeah." So she moved out the way. 10 seconds later, a car comes straight through the wall, just misses her. Yeah. She was like, "Jesus Christ, where'd you learn to do that?" He said, "Well, I'm just a clairvoyant." He said, "I can teach you if you want." She says, "Oh yeah." He said, "There's my address. Come round tomorrow at 9 o'clock. I'll teach you how to be clairvoyant." Right, so 9 o'clock next morning, she turns up, knocks on his door, comes in. He said, "Right, can you take your top off and your bottoms so you're just in your knickers and bra?" And she goes, "Nah, I know where this is going." He said, "See, I told you I'd fucking teach you." It's like one of Dave's. My son told us it on holiday. Like, anyone selling the onion rings? Naughty them. What's a Sunderland? Sunderland. He used to have still got that Bellingham, you know what I mean? He, like, even if he's half of his brother, you know what I mean? Yeah, it just got brighter in here, people. Bright 77. My mate, we're like that, me and Bright. I'm not telling it again, like. Smithers will be telling it later on, JMU. Smithers' jokes are the best, like. You just seen him showing off the other night, wasn't he? You seen Bellingham showing off the other night, like. But let's face it, right? If you're playing for England, you're the best in the country in Southgate's eyes, aren't you? The best in the whole of the country, so you're there for a reason. So you've got to express yourself, haven't you? You know, a manager will always say, "I know it's the FA Cup final, but go out and enjoy yourself, innit?" I mean, I don't think you enjoy yourself if you get beat in the FA Cup final, do you? But you can see the way they were spraying the balls about that last night. You could, if we'd got another goal, I think you'd see a lot more. You'd see England like chilling out, and so let's face it, on paper we've always had the best individual players on paper. It's just making them work as a team, innit? He's Lou Don, there's Lou Don there. We already give you a shout out there, Lou, if you're at work. I know sometimes she has it on the loudspeakers and that. You're going missing in where? The restricted forest. Wow, Borough have just bought someone as well. Borough have just bought someone, can't remember who it was now. Smithers, you party fish. When you go on holiday, Smithers? Smithers is like, doesn't know back when he goes on holiday, like. Hires like rents like his own pad, you know, like what is it like, Dave? It's like a holiday home in it, but it's always nice. He does a lot of walking and that, you know what I mean? You get a few walks out of him and that. And depending on who pisses him off, if someone pisses him off, like I think his last one, they're a bit like party political broadcasts, aren't they? You know, when Dave gets on one. The last one was Annin, wasn't it? And Dodgy Dave, and has that all died down now? No, is that new? Is it new, brand new, like Swanee? Just come out today, hasn't it? Sweaty socks is in the house. We've all got sweaty socks. I did on all day, like. Got a bit of flavours live there last night. Big up the flavours. Steve McGeary, what's happening? DJ Steve McGeary there on the Scouse Wheels of Steel. Do we all know how you can tell if a Scouse woman has been using your computer? Do you know how you can tell if a Scouse woman has been using your laptop? Tip X all over the screen. Giveaway sign. Yeah, man, Dave, you know it, man. We love them. We love your part of political broadcasts. You just know the green tracky top's coming on it. That's when you know he means business, if he's got the green top on. That's another one, Jamie, yeah. I like them one-liners, mate. You know who's really good for one-liners, JMU? So when you're going in a live, next time you're going to live, watch Tommy Cooper for half an hour, mate. You'd have to write all his one-liners down like Tommy Cooper. He's one fucking funny man, him. Just like that. Just like that. I remember last year, Louise will tell you, right? We were on about this time last year, Lou, when I was painting that wall and that. So I was off work on the sick one day and I'd be on these funny fucking tablets supposed to lift your mood and that. There was only low-key, what do you call them, uppers, whatever, antidepressants, low-key. But I can remember for months just going around the house doing like, Louise will tell you, just going around, just like pull Louise's tracksuit bottoms down, you know, just for a laugh. Like she'd be there, she'd be at the kitchen, man, making some nice sandwiches or something, right? And I'd just go up behind her and just whip her trousers down and just stand there, like, just stand there and laugh, and then just going around the house doing daft impressions and that. So I think they do work, them tablets, you know. Tony's in the house, Tony LFC. Get your messages into Tony because he will be asleep in like 5 minutes. He's got a reputation for falling asleep live on panels there, and flavours. Right up there. And Scouse, where's our mate Scouser anyway? Scouse is about due to pop up, isn't he, Mr. Random? Mr. Random, 3 o'clock in the morning, no drama live with Scouser. That's what he does. Tony laughs usually just before he dozes off, he starts laughing. Oh, he certainly are. Certainly are, babe. Don't know how to twist her arm to do that wall as well. I knew there was 3 days content in it, and I knew I was going to get a good suntan. I can remember the colour. I was darker than I am now, and I've just been to Ibiza, man. I know. I know. How do I get rid of that? Oh, yeah, man. Getting like Jim Smith, aren't I? If you get a comment, if you get a highlighted comment, if you get a highlighted comment in Jim Smith's, you're doing well, like, because he highlights maybe 1 or 2 in per 7 hour live. Nostog, we are back home, mate. I know it looks like I'm abroad, but I'm in Hartlepool, sadly, which is about 2,000 miles away from where I was 30 hours ago. It's all good, man. No, not at this time of the day, mate. Just the dregs in it this time of the day, man. Oh, don't tell Bright, but I haven't started watching Lost yet. Don't tell Bright though, because I promised him I was going to start watching it, like, and I am, but just don't tell him. You know what I mean? Howler, you know me too well, mate. Don't forget I don't no streaks either. Howler. No streaks. Yeah, man. I'm getting clever pinning these comments, you know what I'm saying? Quaver's a bit bouncy. Quaver, I don't know you even dare even go there and mention that word. Seen some beauties over there, like, we've got a little pact between us, me, Louise and the daughter, yeah? If you're out anywhere and you see a pair of mad Crocs, you've somehow, like, got to zoom in, take a sneaky photo and share it. Got some bad man Crocs on my phone. School's out for summer. Steve, just because you've got moon boot, you still wearing the moon boots? Oh no, Nostog, you're gonna have to, there's a few people I need to talk to next StreamYard just to fill us in, like, because I missed all that. But it looks to me like Jim's waving the white flag, and I don't blame him, because if there's anything he's learned, you don't really want any beef off fighting Irish, do you? You know what I mean? You know, you don't want that smoke, like. Hello. Don't work too hard. I'll see you in a few hours. They all happen at daft o'clock though, don't they? You know, you've got to be being insomniac, or you've got to have a few weeks off work to catch everything on here, like. Cindy, what's happening, Cindy? I think I'm about ready for a Cindy karaoke day, like. And I think I'll sing Careless Whisper, you know, by George Michael. I'm never gonna dance again. Guilty feet, I've got no rhythm, though it's easy to pretend. I know you're not a fool. Should have known better than to cheat a friend. See, that's with no backing music. That's just with the exhaust. That was just with the exhaust in the background. Lots. And I'll stay here, do you think? No, I'm never gonna dance again. Guilty feet I've got. I might even grow the goatee. No, it's easy to pretend. I know you're not a fool. Brilliant song, isn't it? Careless Whisper. That's why George Michael always had chocolate around his lips and round his chin. He was careless with his whisper. Me all week. Didn't you like that one? Young Rolf. Can you see what it is yet? Can you see what it is yet? Did we see that? Did we all see Rolf? Did we see the Rolf? The Rolf Jimmy Savile thing? Did we see that? You know when it all started coming out? It was like a wrong, and there was some bad ones on there. Remember him? I think he died, didn't he? He got dragged into it, didn't he? He was the right one. He was a spin doctor. People used to go to him who, if they had bother in the papers, and they all used to go to him, pay him, and he span the story for him, didn't he? What was he called, man? Big blow, white hair. Dead now, like. That's right, I always tell the kids, like, man up. Oh, that Fred Talbot, he was one as well, wasn't he? Max Clifford, thank you, Slim. Max Clifford. One sec, peeps. Oh, I need to take a message. How will I get a message? My son's just messaged me there. It's gone off the screen. Don't know what to do. One sec. It'll probably start ringing in a minute. So if it goes off, because you know, like it does it on StreamYard, doesn't it? You know, when somebody rings you right in the middle of a StreamYard, it fucks your sound right up. Oh, I'm never gonna dance again. Guilty feet, I've got no rhythm. I'm too sexy for Milan, too sexy for New York and Japan. Has anyone got anything for bags under the eyes? Cindy, what do you do about your bags under your eyes? Got any good tips? Just JMU said to ask you, like. Yeah, I got back yesterday, Cindy. Cucumber. No, Stog, just because you look like Max Wall, and don't try and deny it, because remember when you put your camera on last time and Just everyone was saying you look like Max Wall. So we're never gonna dance again. Half a spud on each eyes. 100%. You'll have to Google him, Nos. Imagine when Nostog Googles Max Wall, who I've said that he looks like. He couldn't fucking write this shit. No one knows who Max Wall is. Cindy, you know who Max Wall is. Come on. He's got the craziest haircut. He's a comedian, I think. That's it, Charlotte. Many a time I've done the overhead view of my fringe, and like, let me tell you, I promised I would never do it again. Like, that's as much as you're getting, but the overhead view, it's just unbelievable. High hairline doesn't even come into it. Randy said to me once, you know, like I spoke to him a few times, and he said, Moon, he said, if I took you to, if you were at a party and you woke up in the morning on a chair, you woke up and you had a bit of jizz on your chin and you had a sore bum, he said, would you tell anyone? I said, Randy, to be honest, I don't think I would tell anyone. He said, do you want to come to a party? Don't deny it, Randy, either. It was one of your Randy parties, wasn't it? Like, it was like, what you call it? Dave Courtney's, like one of Dave Courtney's parties when Randy throws a party. What you do about your lads there, like Cindy? What you do about them? So no, Jim Smith said, like, you have got a lot of lines on your forehead there and like a few bags under there. He wasn't painting a very good picture, to be honest. Yeah, you ain't now, but how many facelifts have you had though? Charlotte, how you doing, Charlotte? Big up yourself. There's not many people can say that, you know, Cindy. Well, it depends who we're with. Like, if there's me, Nos Dog, Slim, Phil Graham, and we're all going at you, you've got no chance, really. Like, you've got no chance. I mean, Phil's died off a little bit now. He's obviously, he's having to start writing stuff down now, you know. It's an age thing, like. Got the idea off Daryl Adams, you know, a little sketchy thing, writing all little one-liners out and that's what he's having to use at the minute, Phil. So if he isn't as quick as he normally is, that's why. Bit of a mind block, I think it is. Quaver's happy as Larry La, or whether Larry La is. Just see if I can see my son. He's texted me saying, are you still outside? So I'm trying to like wave him on. I tell you what I haven't seen much of. I haven't seen many of. You know in the last Euros where in the World Cup where everyone's going mad with the St. George crosses and that. And you get them little things that go in your car. They're quite smart, you know, what you wind your window up and little like window flags. I haven't seen many of them about, like. That's it, Cindy. That's what it's all down to. Let's face it, that is the kiddie of all creams. Forget about your Clarins and your fucking whatever it is. Nivea, $1.99. Who's this new fella that we've got anyway? Who's this, what's he called? Zico or someone like that, innit? I should know, like, but I don't. I'm talking to my son about it, saying Ezra or something he's called, Ezra. Who's he playing for? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have to move out this car park and see if I can see my son. There's a new moon on Monday. Remember that song by Duran Duran? New moon on Monday and we're dancing on the wire. New moon on Monday on a lonely satellite. Oh yeah, Randy. Here everyone, guess who Randy's favourite band is? You're not going to believe this one. He actually said this, he actually admitted this. So Randy, Top Shagger, favourite band is Thin Lizzy. Try and deny that one. Try and deny that one, Randy. Thin Lizzy. Couldn't write it, could you? Fucking Thin Lizzy. Thin Lizzy. Can anyone even name a Thin Lizzy song? Where are the cheeky girls? I think Cindy and Julie's are like the cheeky girls, aren't they? You know. Yes, Ocean Colour Scene. The day we caught the train, whoa la la, whoa la la. Sipped another rum and coke, told a dirty joke, rapping on the windows, whistling down the chimney pots, blowing out the dust in the room where I forgot I made my plans on solid rock. Well, a bit dodgy where I am here. Like I've had to pull the, I've had to put the windows up where I am here. Honestly, see a middle-aged man with a tan, smoking vapes, just asking to be robbed, aren't he? Welcome to your life. There's no turning back. Even while we waiting on your best behavior, turn your back on Mother Nature. Everybody wants to rule her. There's a rule where the life won't hide you. Them two. Weren't them two in, am I thinking of two different people, right? What were they called? Very, very much like Tears for Fears. They were a duet. Oh, if someone can help me out here, right? We're talking 80s, right? We're talking 80s. Very like Tears for Fears. But a bit like Paul Weller. They had a few massive tunes like. Not Ultravox, mate. Later than Ultravox. We're talking mid-80s. Erasure, nah. They weren't as commercial. They were more like. They were very much like. Oh, there isn't an Erasure song, Linz, that I don't know the words to. Sadly, I was the biggest Erasure fan ever when I was growing up. Like. No, not Depeche Mode. I'm saying it because I think one of them out with Tears for Fears was in that band before Tears for Fears. Him or the other one, you know, the one who plays the big guitar. You're getting there, Phil. You're getting there. The good guesses, but they're not right. You know, one of them where it's going to proper do your head in. I know I'm not giving you much to go. I know I'm not giving you much to go on, like. Norris, that's a good shout, but it's not right, mate. Two blokes. Yeah, Jarvis Cocker, he had some good songs. We were on about Jarvis Cocker the other day. 'Cause that's the way it is, and we're all sorted out for ease and whiz, and and the world looks very different today. Yeah, you've already had one, Ella. You're pushing it a bit now. Pushing it there, lad. No, it's not Bros. Oh man, mid-80s. Sure, the name was a bit like you know, like a Spandau Ballet, like that type of name. My son's just sent me another message there. I tried to open it while I was on the screen. Not the Pretenders, mate. It's not Tina Turner, LR. That's a good guess, though. Thompson Twins, that's a good guess as well. They were good, weren't they? Weren't really twins, are they, were they? You're in the right area, you know what I mean, with the Thompson Twins and that. No, not as big as Dire Straits, man. We're talking English. They're an English band. Two blokes. One of them looked a bit like Paul Weller. A bit like Paul Weller. Come on, who's going to get it, man? No, man, that's a good guess, the Communards. Paul Wellery, Tears for Fears type of vibe going on. And one of them was in a band. One of them out of this band went on to be in another band that was bigger. 2 words, I think. It's 2 words. Oh, I love the Smiths, like Tina. Every day is like Sunday. Can't be with Morrissey, like. No, you'll understand, man. You'll understand. Some great guesses coming in there. Look at Tina De Silva, Go West. I'm trying to think of what the sang, Slim. You'll kick yourself when I tell you. Like the Jam, they're very like the Jam, because I'm getting a Paul Weller vibe. One bloke sang and one bloke played an instrument. Style Council, get up there, Ted Loon. Get up there, son. The Style Council was... Paul Weller was in it, wasn't he? Big up the Ted Loom, straight in there from the borough. Get up there. The Style Council, what did they sing? Bonus point, Ted, if you can give us a Style Council song. Yeah, Paul Weller was the lead singer. I knew I was right, like. It's just my memory goes, you know what I mean? Randy, we've got it now, mate. Randy will still be putting answers in, won't he? It's the chaser in him. Here, Phil, you said earlier on that Randy doesn't mention his quiz genius. Remember when he came in the chat, just thought he could sneak in a quiz, and like thought he was top boy in that. Yeah, so I brought it up again today, like, and we said he could be one of the chasers, but which one would he be? And he's definitely that fella. He's definitely the one with the curly perm mullet and the cowboy tie, you know, the gay tie. Peggy, what's happening, Pegster? Hope you're good there, my mate. Hope everything's blessed. I don't think it is Waylon Jennings, mate, no. Right, guys, you've had a good hour and 11 minutes out of us there, like quizzes the lot, you know what I mean? But we're all done here now. So I'll probably see you all in another live, or maybe later on. But gotta go, peeps. Hit them likes, yeah? Don't forget to hit the likes.